Hello, I have two calls that I'm going to talk to you guys about today. They're all psychiatric patients. So basically, I'll do the first one. There was this guy getting arrested by the cops. The story is that this guy thinks that his landlord is a pedophile and a child rapist. This guy's absolutely nuts, and so I don't know what happened, but that's just what he was screaming about. Um, so we go and drive down to where they're at. The cops already have him. There's three or four cops there. He's in handcuffs and his legs are crossed in restraints. And he's just yelling, F you, F you. And there's blood all over the front of his face and the side of his face. Apparently he went to go fight the landlord, and he obviously lost because this guy was freaking messed up. Um, and this guy, he's like, I work for the CIA, and you're fired, and just yelling at the cops, F us, all that stuff. And I think he might have been a veteran, having some PTSD vet episode as well, because he was we kept on convincing him hey, let's go to the hospital, come in our ambulance, let's take you to the hospital. And he's like, I've been shot multiple times and have my organs coming right out of me, and I could take care of myself. I don't need to go to the hospital. No, I'm not going to the hospital. And the cops were yelling at him look, you're either going to the hospital or going to jail, one or the other. And we kept on convincing him to go to the hospital, and he just wouldn't do it. So he ended up going to jail. But he was just freaking screaming the F word at us all the time, and he was about to be spitting at us, but he didn't. But he looked like he was getting ready to fight. He's like, take these handcuffs off, let me fight him, yeah, he was just not having a good day. He was not having a good day. He was having a pretty bad day. But yeah, no, his face was absolutely messed up. And apparently the cops, he said that he got hit in the back of the head with a metal pipe, but the cops said that it was all just hands and feet in the fight. I didn't get a look at the other guy that was in the fight, but I know for sure that this dude lost because he was a bloody mess. We spent 10 minutes cleaning off the blood of the sidewalk because it was so hot that day, and so the blood just already coagulated. So you were just spraying water on it and scraping it, and yeah, it took a while to get the blood off the side of the sidewalk. This second story time is about, I was working and there was there was a rodeo. Yeah, a rodeo. And I was working the rodeo there, basically. And there's this 14-year-old guy, and he went, and so the rodeo is, I can't really show you my hands to explain it, but the rodeo is this one place, and it's next to some woods, and the guy snuck out with a bottle of Jack Daniels, and he was drinking in the woods, this 14-year-old kid. Anyways, so basically he's drinking, and he drank an entire bottle of Jack Daniels, almost. I saw the bottle, it maybe have 2 or 3 sips, and it left. It was pretty much gone. And basically, so we get up there on scene, and it's this cop on one side of him and his buddy on the other side of him. And he's in the middle, and he's drunk, and he's like, F you, I'm going to kill myself. F you, I could walk, let me walk. And this guy's just so drunk he can't walk. It's his knees weren't even bending. So he was basically being picked up the entire time. He was so drunk he couldn't even walk. And again, this guy's 14 years old. Anyways, so we get him to the back of the car, and he's starting to fight us. So I held his hands down, basically, and he's just totally just not having it. The cop searched him. He just had a bottle of Jack Daniels, and he also had a vape in his pocket. And I guess mom kicked him out. I don't know like kicked him out of the house. I don't know if it was like for good or for the day. I don't know if you can kick someone out of the house like him because is a minor, but I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, and so we get him into the cot. He's trying to fight us, and I'm holding his hands down, and we get him restrained. He's still cussing at us, yelling at us, saying he's gonna kill himself. All that good stuff, or not really good stuff, but all that bad stuff, I guess. Anyways, so we wrap his hands on the gurney with Curlex because we didn't have any like restraints, and we put in a NPA. And basically, if you guys don't know what an NPA is, it's called a nasopharyngeal airway, which is basically this tube that you shove in your nose and it like goes to the back of your throat. And so it's to establish the airway because this guy was blacking out. Obviously, like this kid was like maybe a little bit over 100 pounds, so like this kid was pretty skinny, and like with a bottle of Jack Daniels, like that's a ton of alcohol for someone his weight. And so this guy's blacking out, and he's not really breathing. Like he'll yell at us, and then he'll just like black out, and then like kind of stop breathing. So we had to like rub his chest, like, "Hey, buddy, like, you still there? Like, keep on breathing for us." So we put in an NPA just to make sure we have an airway going on. And another agency transported him to the hospital. But yeah, I don't know. It just kind of sucked seeing like a 14-year-old kid like that. Like, I don't know. He was going through it. Like he was going through some rough times. So it's just kind of sad. But yeah, those were basically my good calls on my last shift. We had other calls, nothing really worth talking about, just a bunch of like bullcrap calls like lift assists and like just like I don't even remember those calls. Like when I would do these videos, I only do the ones that I remember that are like actually good ones. That's kind of worth it to record a video. But yep, that's all for today. So thanks for listening to me, and I'll make another video next week for my next shift. See you later.